I actually quit the railroad at one time, and my mom and my family just went berserk because I was going to be a dog trainer. She says, "You're gonna pet dogs for a living instead of being an electrician for the railroad?" You know, having the confidence that I'm gonna do it, and then having people say you can't do it, are the two things that drove me. It all started with a chocolate lab puppy when I was just graduated high school named Bo. Good Lord blessed us that Bo was above average, and everything I threw at him, he did really well. You know, back in 2003, it wasn't my father-in-law at the time, me and Miss Ellen were just courting at the time, but he invited me to his annual tobacco dove shoot. He put me right in the middle of the field with a 5-month-old puppy, and Bo did flawless. So you had 20 grown men that were very seasoned wing shooters, been around, wing shooting their whole lives, grew up on it right here in South Georgia, and they sat there and witnessed a 5-month-old puppy that never broke, and he delivered every one of them back to hand, other dogs running by him, kids in the field. It was a loud atmosphere, and a gentleman by the name of Joe Pete Boatwright set a case of shells on the tailgate. A case of shells to me back then was like a bar of gold, right? So he said, "I'm gonna get a puppy, and you're gonna train him just like that." With my competitive nature, I wanted to be the best. If I trained that dog, I wanted him to be the best. I wanted that next dove shoot for Jack to be the best in the field, and he was.
I have a lot of confidence in him. I have a lot of trust in him, and I know the person that he is. I know how hard he works. So I knew that no matter what, even if he left the railroad, even if he decided, training dogs isn't going to work, or it didn't work, it didn't matter what he had to do. He was going to find something that would provide. And I wanted him to be happy. He was not happy with what he was doing because he's not passionate about it. Dogs are his passion. The outdoors are his passion. And I couldn't stand to think that he would be doing something that he just wasn't happy doing for the rest of his life.
Heel. Atta boy. Good job. Good boy. Good. Atta man. Atta boy. Sit. This is where it all started. Mr. Eddie, I'd trained a dog or two for him, and we were in a dove shoot in Bacon County, and the doves weren't flying that day. I came and sat with him under the shade tree, and he said, "Well, this is what I'll propose to you. I'm wanting a nice kennel at my place for my bird dogs and my retrievers." And he said, "Let's work out a 3-year lease agreement. You build the kennel that you want, and you basically pay it off in 3 years. I get a nice kennel, and you get a 3-year deal to see if you can make this business and your dream fly." On the 3rd year, Lee left the UPS preload supervisor, and we started double teaming these 18 dogs that we could put in this kennel, and our product just went from where I had it to here, like within weeks. And for 3 years, 7 days a week, 16, 18-hour days, we were right here, and that's what gave us the start to be able to move the kennels to Offerman, and that's where it all started, man. Good work.
What year did you go to New York with me?
Apprenticeship.
2014 summer.
So I bought this rig to start the New York journey and my field trial journey. At the time, biting the bullet to purchase this style rig to be quote unquote a professional retriever trainer was a big leap of faith and a big jump, but having people like Carter behind the business, we were successful and believed in the dream and kept pushing. 42 weekends a year for probably 15 years, whether I was in the hunt test game or the field trial game, or SRS game, and leaving on Thursday night, getting home at Monday morning at 2 or 3 a.m. because we were in Louisiana, and we had to drive 14 hours back. And after Sunday, after a trial, and then getting up Monday morning, and it was kind of crazy.
I'd attend events by myself, or just never there. I did feel really lonely. I got sad plenty of times, but I never wanted to make a big deal about it, just because I knew it was extremely hard for him too.
I mean, I'd go see her for a second from 2 to 5 a.m. and then I would be back out here because I was so crazy about whatever we got beat on, or whatever that one dog got beat on Sunday. I wanted to teach it at 6 a.m. when it broke daylight on Monday. We talk about the sacrifices, but looking back, now that I'm 40, call it maybe immaturity, ignorance, or whatever. Looking back, I would probably even advise myself, this isn't a smart move. It's not a safe move. We went through some hard times talking and discussing that, but Miss Ellen, she was always there for me. I mean, she trusted me, she believed in me, and that was the only person that said, yes, you can do it. This will work. I trust you. Go do it. The absolutely only person.
I'm proud of him. I'm proud of the hard work that he's put into this. I'm proud of the time. I am proud of the time, but I'm proud of me too. I'm proud of me for the hard times. I'm proud of me for trying to be a constant and a supporter and a positive person in his corner. I'm proud that he was able to do what he needed to do and could do and wanted to do because he had people behind him willing to help and do what we could. I mean, I'm proud of Lee because Lee sacrificed too, and Lee's worked really hard too. Proud of my children.
I have 4 kids now, and there's a lot of coaching for them. I coach baseball, I coach football, coach for our middle school, help with the high school. I tell them all the time, work the hardest and be the hardest worker no matter. That is something you can control. You can't control, your talent level. You can't control, I don't have the most knowledge and I'm not the most intelligent dog trainer, but I did know I could outwork somebody. That's something I could control. No matter what you do in life, in my opinion, and this is what I tell them and tell my players on the field, you have to be confident. But at the same time, you have to be humble enough to be able to take direction and understand that you have to learn every day. It was hard, but having that, people saying it can't work, it doesn't work, this is bizarre, you're crazy. I just wanted to prove myself. I wanted to prove myself for my family, for my mom and my dad. It just drove me to try to be the best at what I did.
So it was stressful when he said he wanted to leave the railroad.
Heard it said when the road is long, all the miles make the heart grow fond. There's 1,000 miles